But you don't want to abandon, all of that. So it's interesting. It's a really interesting season.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see what's happening tonight, and you'll be back
I'll
to
be
fill
back.
us in on the best looks and trends of the red carpet. Right now, I'm going to throw it over to JD and Lola because last year, as you know, there was a real fiasco with the Best Picture Oscar envelopes when Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway came out and had the wrong envelope, announced La La Land, but it was really Moonlight. So I want to go to them and see how is the Oscars going to address that this year, JD and Lola, and what else can we expect to see at tonight's ceremony?
Well, it's going to be very interesting, Jess, because as you know, it's the 90th birthday of the Oscars, so it would have been a special night anyway if we hadn't had that little trauma last year. We are expecting that Warren and Faye are going to be back. It looks like, we think, that they are going to present the big award that they presented last year, but we'll see. Spoiler alert, a little bit of a spoiler alert. They're all cheering for Lola, the incandescent Lola in her red carpet red. Lola, are you going to be excited to see how they pull this off?
I am excited to see how they pull this off. I think they deserve a do-over. Everyone was blaming them for the mishap. It totally was not their fault. They did what they were told to do. Open the envelope, read a name. It was the wrong name. It's not their fault. So Warren Beatty, Faye Dunaway, I'm rooting for you. You're going to get it right this year, and we're going to know who won. Now the question is, who's going to win big tonight? That is the question.
Absolutely. And we do know that the accountants will be on hand. Expect them to come in for a little ribbing this year, given what happened last year.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Kimmel's going to have a good
Yeah.
time roasting the accountants this year. But I also think the accountants are not going to be tweeting. They're not going to be taking pictures. There's no social media for the accountants this year because apparently that's what got them into trouble.
Only one. That's the only option. All right, Saoirse Ronan and Lady Bird. Oh my God. She was so good.
Saoirse Ronan's so good, and she's been doing this for such a long time for such a young person.
I know, this is her third Oscar nomination.
Remember Atonement?
Oh, that was her first thing.
Yeah, and then Brooklyn a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
She's incredible.
She was a bad seed in Atonement.
She was so good, though.
She was so bad. She was so good. All right. She could be the upset, don't you think?
Yeah, I do think that could possibly be the only upset, but I really think Frances McDormand's going to do it.
I think Frances McDormand is going to do it, and she's going to beat Meryl Streep.
Well, I mean, somebody has to eventually.
Somebody has to. Well, lots of people have.
That's true.
Meryl has 3 Oscar wins.
21 nominations, right?
21 nominations, but she's won 3 times for Sophie's Choice, Kramer versus Kramer, and The Iron Lady. And Meryl Streep likes to say I'm the most nominated, but I've also lost more than anyone else.
I guess that's true.
Which is kind of great.
She's really, really good in the pose.
If she does win an Oscar tonight, then she will tie Katharine Hepburn for the most Oscar wins of any actor with 4.
I feel like even if it's not this year, she will eventually claim that title.
Well, yeah, she's not pulling a Daniel Day-Lewis and retiring.
Better not.
She likes it. All right. So your prediction, the best actress, once again, Sally Hawkins, Frances McDormand, Margot Robbie, Saoirse Ronan, and Meryl Streep. The nominations, the prediction to win.
I think it's got to be Frances McDormand.
Yeah, it's going to be Frances McDormand. That is is that the closest thing you think we have to a lock tonight?
That and possibly our next category, which is probably Best Actor, right? I think there's a lock in that category as well.
All right, before we get to Best Actor, we are going to toss to Entertainment Weekly's Jared Hall, who has a big interview down on the red carpet.
Yes, well, they're not exactly actors, but these two know how to command a stage, or in their case, the ice. Adam Rippon and Mariah Nagasu. Well, first of all, welcome back home.
Yeah, thank you. We're so glad to be home.
Yeah, have you?
On the red carpet.
Yes, on
This
the
is
red
our
carpet.
home.
Yes.
This is the red carpet, yeah.
Exactly. Now, of course, the obvious question tonight becomes, have you seen I, Tonya, and what are your thoughts on the film?
How could we not be here if we hadn't seen it?
I know. We've just been talking about it. We love the movie, and we're really excited that we hope we meet Margot Robbie and Allison Janney.
Yes.
Now, when you watch the skating Margot had to fulfill, and that for someone who had so little time to do what she did, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are we talking here?
She did a 10.
I agree.
I heard that she put beer in her hair to get that, like, that Tanya Harding hair look, and you know,
I mean, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I'll put beer in my hair.
I wish they had called me. I would have put my blonde wig on and done the triple axel for them. But you know, for the sequel, I'll be around.
Yeah, I, Tanya, too.
There you go. There you go. There is more to the story, I think, for sure. Now, who are you excited besides Margot to see tonight? I have a feeling maybe yours might be something that rhymes with feral, deep.
You know what? If I run into, like, my old pal Meryl,
Yeah.